This is a demo on how you can use the combination of Biovia Pipeline Pilot and Cortellis APIs to run a particular query and create specialized reports for output. The commercially significant trials and biomarker pipeline pilot protocol finds for the chosen indication commercially significant trials, i.e., those that are sponsored and funded by commercial companies, and where biomarkers are captured for the trial. Going further into the resulting data, a biomarker trial report will display a biomarker summary for each biomarker in the trial, in addition to the first 5 biomarker use records for each biomarker. First, you must log in to Cortellis Labs. Across the top of the web page, you will see the list of the Cortellis APIs. For this demo, click on Biomarkers to load the Biomarkers API web page. Scroll down to the Demos area, and in the purple bar for Commercially Significant Trials and Biomarker Pipeline Pilot, click the plus sign. You will now see a screenshot of the Biovia Pipeline Pilot demo and a brief description of the demo and a listing of the APIs used in the creation of this demo. In this case, the clinical and biomarkers APIs. From here, click the purple demo button to go to the Biovia web portal login page. This should open in a new tab or window of your browser. To get the login credentials, go back to the tab or window for Cortellis Labs. Click on the Home button in the top left of the screen. On the home page of Cortellis Labs, in the Welcome area, you will see the username and password to be used for Biovia Pipeline Pilot's web portal. Copy that and log in to the portal. For this protocol, in the left-hand section entitled Parameters, you will see the search options provided for this report. You can choose the disease from the drop-down list. For the purposes of this demo, only 4 disease choices are offered. Therefore, we will choose lung cancer. Next, you will see that the query string or call is already provided to be able to run this protocol. This call is basically saying to first connect to the clinical API to look for trials with the indication being used that have biomarkers listed and that are commercially significant trials. Then it connects to the Biomarker API for more detailed information on the associated biomarkers and biomarker uses. Once you have chosen the disease, click the Submit button to run the report. In the results area of the web page, you will now see the resulting trials displayed in the new tab. Please note that for this demo, only 5 maximum results will be shown. These results come from passing the Get Trial Results operation of the clinical API using the data from the query string to help narrow down the resulting data. The table displays the first 5 trials that meet the expected criteria. It provides the trial ID and title, the biomarker names, the highest phase, start date of the trial, the indications, interventions, the sponsor companies and countries involved, as well as the recruitment status. From here, you can select the preferred trial from the table by clicking that particular row. This in turn will now open up the trial biomarker report. At the top of the report is the clinical trial summary section that displays data on the particular trial record, including the data provided on the previous report. This also includes a listing of the associated trial biomarker names, roles, and types, as well as the identifiers and identifier types. The clinical trial summary data comes from passing the Get Trial Records operation of the clinical API, where you can retrieve the biomarker ID of the preferred biomarker. The next section, Biomarker Summary, displays more data on each biomarker listed in the clinical trials data, including the synonyms, the biomarker type, and the description. This data comes from using the biomarker ID from the Get Trial Records operation to run the Get Biomarker Records operation of the Biomarkers API. And finally, you can now select one of the biomarkers by clicking on that particular row to fill in the bottom table with the biomarker uses data. This new table will display the first 5 uses for the selected biomarker. This includes the biomarker name, role, indication, validity, supporting source count, as well as an associated drug if there is one. This data comes from passing the Get Biomarker Use Results operation of the Biomarkers API to get the use information. This demo is a perfect example of how you can use Biovia Pipeline Pilot to filter the data from one or more Cortellis APIs to help narrow the results of your query. The demo showed how you can take a list of clinical trials for a chosen indication and narrow down the results based on the trial being commercially significant and that biomarkers were listed. And then you can, via another API, provide even more detailed information about the biomarkers as well as the biomarker uses.